Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is like literally early in the morning, but I'm filming this video and I'm going to try to post this video up like today. So I'm filming in the morning and you guys are gonna be watching it tonight. I wanted to talk about handbags, which is a weird talk with you guys, but anyway, we'll get into that. Before we get to the handbags, I wanted to first respond to you guys who have been requesting videos, and anybody who has requested spring related videos. Like I know I've got a spring house tour request, cooking request, and another one is like my lookbook on my dresses, a lookbook on my dresses, like dresses I wear. All of that is coming in a bit. The reason why I have not been able to film those videos and post them for you guys is because literally outside has been miserable. Towards the end of February, the sun was out and everything. My hair is dirty. Don't also ignore my hair because literally this is the morning. Like I said, I just woke up and I'm gonna wash my hair. Today is my wash day, but before I started to do all that, I wanted to just have a quick chat with you guys. Firstly, to respond, because I didn't want you guys to wonder like why I'm not doing the videos you've requested. The other things is all my perfume requests. I'm kind of in a place where again, I will do all the perfume request videos, but I just felt like I'm talking about perfumes on my channel way too much that I'm losing interest in it. I like to I'm a very fickle person in ways because I like, if you've noticed on my channel, I do a lot of different things because I kind of like to show you guys all other angles of my life. In as much as I love perfumes, I don't live, breathe, perfumes. Like I enjoy a good scent. You guys know that already. But I feel like too much of anything can make you sick. So right now I'm kind of like at a place with scents where I feel like I should give it a rest. I also went through a break from using perfumes on myself because I do that like quite a bit, because over time I stopped smelling anything. Like I won't be able to smell anything on me because it's just like scent overload. So the perfume videos will also come at some point, just not right now. I hope you guys understand that. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk to you guys about handbags. This has been my recent obsession, and I kind of like, if you guys follow me on Instagram, which is also Simply Honestly Jojo, then you guys know you've seen you've seen some of the bags that I've bought. So basically what I'm doing right now is basically I've bought a ton of bags, and I'm going to basically I wanted first to see them in person because obviously I wanted to like see what they look like actually in person. I've been shopping online and not like at the shops. And so if you guys have been following me on Instagram, I've been sharing there like my bags. That's my recent obsession. I think after the perfume one that came in. Another thing is that if you've been following me for a while now, you know that I've been working on my wardrobe, and I feel like my shoes, I'm happy with my shoes. I've found the kind of shoes that I wear and work for me and work with all my outfits in my wardrobe. I'm still working on my wardrobe as in the whole, but I feel like with the shoe whenever the shoes are in question, I'm quite happy with what I have right now. And then with clothes, I'm still working on that, like, and I wanted to take a break because the one thing that I don't have in my wardrobe are handbags. When I was on my minimalist journey, I did a declutter with me video, and I basically decluttered like all my handbags, like because they were not sparking joy. They weren't anything I used, and I just felt like they were just sitting there and taking space. But since starting to work on my wardrobe, I've realized that I do need to get a few bags that are like timeless classics and stuff. So I have a ton of bags here with me. I'm not keeping all of them. I'm trying them out and seeing which ones I like material wise and everything. And then I will obviously like have a selection in my bag. So that's what I've been working on. I wanted to quickly chat to you guys about them. This isn't the video where I will like literally show you every one of them, but I'm not in a position. I love handbags. I like handbags. I think they're a necessity. And I also like to look sorry for the shake, you guys. This is like vlog style. I also like to look like put together and polished. I love designer handbags. Love designer handbags. I have not, like, first of all, I don't think that designer handbags today are what they used to be in the day. And I feel like that is a whole different topic. But anyway, I don't think that, like, especially in today's day, I don't think that designer handbags equal quality. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is I've heard heard a few videos online of people basically pointing out the pros and cons of having, you know, a designer handbag. And because I literally wanted to get handbags, so I was literally doing so much research. I hope I'm making sense. I was doing so much research on handbags. But in short, I don't have the money right now to buy a designer handbags. I have nothing against people who have enough money to invest on designer handbags. I personally don't have the money to invest on designer handbags. I've done a video on my handbag collection, my previous handbag collection, which you can go and see, which was just a mess basically, ages and ages ago. And I wasn't happy. All those bags in there, I no longer have them because I just apart from one, which is a backpack, the Zara backpack. If you've been watching me for a while, you always know that that's what I always have. So anyway, that's what in that video I said what I thought about designer handbags. I thought and for the longest time I've always been the type of person who's like, if you can't afford a designer handbag, don't get a designer handbag. There's so much beautiful bags on the high street that you can choose from, and don't bother with the designer handbags. That opinion, again with research, has really changed for me, because I'm like, some of the styles that I absolutely love, I don't think, and maybe that's the influence of media and what we see, I just want to have the exact thing, but not, obviously I don't have the money, like I don't have to pay the money to pay that for that thing, but I just want to have the exact thing at a price that I can afford. So I've got some replicas in my collection right now. Will I keep them? Will I not keep them? I'm not sure. Again, I'm just doing like sort of like testing the waters out with the bags that I have, like I said, to create the wardrobe that I would, a wardrobe. So I have a couple bags right now. Again, one of the examples of the bags that I feel like I wanted the exact look, but I don't have the money, obviously, is this is the Chanel Classic Flap. I really, really, really love that. And you know what? Most of the bags that I like are somehow designer inspired. I think that the majority, I feel like the majority of high street are full of copies of designer bags. So my influences are very designer, but I wanted to get bags as close as to the designer as possible. But like I said, I don't have the money. So one of the bags that I bought is this one right here. And then another one that I bought is, oops, I'm trying to, this is the boy. So I've got a couple, and then I've got other bags that aren't replicas, they're dupes. Like this one is the dupe of the Chloe. I love this bag. I love this so damn much. This is not a dupe. This is not a replica. It's a dupe because it just doesn't have the Chloe right here. So when I first started buying handbags, I was like, you know what? I didn't know that they're such good dupes. Once I started going into my research, I've stopped buying replicas because I just think that there's no point anymore of buying replicas. I still have replicas, and I would purchase a good replica if I saw it. But I feel like there's such good dupes. Another one I will show you guys. There's such good dupes on the market right now. This is not a replica, it's a dupe. So I feel like there's such good replicas on the market right now, that there's such good dupes on the market right now that you don't necessarily need. I also have the Celine Nano, which is a replica. There are such good designer replicas, no, designer dupes, that you don't need to buy replicas if you have. I know that there's so much hate towards people buying replicas, and I don't, after doing the research that I have, and if you want to argue with me about that, then, you know, we can go into an email session where I'll tell you a lot of designer bags. One of the main reasons why people feel like I don't want to use a replica is because of what I think the society emotional trap, where people say you know it's child labor. A lot of child labor is going into, you know, those bags, and you're sponsoring drugs and crime, which is not proven. There is no proof of that. About the child labor, first of all, to start with, the majority of designer bags are made in China. And when they're made in China, the way production with design handbags work, and which is something that I learned about recently, is that they can make the whole bag in China and put one thing or one logo or one hardware thing in Italy and say that it's made from Italy. Laws allow that. So the majority, Burberry makes stuff in China. The majority of designer handbags, just Google designers that make their stuff in China. The majority of designer bags are made in China. So don't come to me with the child labor thing, because, you know, do research before you just start spewing stuff, basically. Don't bother about that. And the other moral thing is that, like, people are like, oh, that doesn't really, it leaves the designer in a place where the thing is duped and like replicated, and, you know, it loses the designer power, and people spend more money on the fakes instead of actually paying the money for the real thing. Well, that's not an issue if you're a person who would never afford, could never buy a designer handbag. So that argument obviously is very subjective. Another thing is, like, that's the whole industry of fashion. A design, we see it on the runway. Shops copy what they have to copy, whether they have the label on it or not. Some copies are very, very close. Like, for instance, this is not a replica, it's a dupe, but come on, like, that, the only thing that doesn't have is the Chloe name that goes right here. It goes right under there. That's the only thing that doesn't have. So when you're a person like me, I want a great bag. I'm not hung up on the label or the I'm not trying to pose as if I can afford a bag when I can't. Like I've told you, I can't afford designer handbags. I don't feel like it's something that, like, I care about really that much. I just want a great handbag that is good quality. good quality. When I say good quality, I mean good quality enough to wear. You know, most handbags on the high street you can wear for ages. Okay, so and these days, again, like I said earlier, I feel like designer doesn't always mean you. Another thing you can research, I've literally done a good research on handbags. Like I'm a minimalist. I don't get into things nonsensically anymore. I don't shop for the sake of shopping. I want a structured wardrobe, things I use, things I absolutely love and adore. Like this baby right here. Oh God, I love this bag. Love it. But anyway, I'll do I've done good research. Another thing that you can research is worst and best. There's a tag on YouTube called best and worst designer purchases. You only have to see some of the things that have happened to designer bags after a day or a few wears to understand why I am saying designer doesn't always mean you're getting the quality that you paid for. Anyway, and I hope I did mention that, like, for me personally, I don't think that when any designer sits down to design a bag, I don't think that they're thinking about me. I don't think that they're thinking about the person that wants maybe that blogger that doesn't have the money but is as interested, maybe even more interested in fashion than other people that can afford the designer bag. I don't think the designer thinks and considers everyone who is interested in fashion and if or not their product is like reaching those people. Basically what I'm trying to say, when a designer sits down to make any designer houses, when they sit down to design their bags, they're not thinking about like whether I can afford it or not. So I don't know why I would care what happens. And that sounds bad, but I don't mean it in that way. I don't know why I would care what happens to their brand. And that again said in the light of that what happens in the designer world comes to the runway and it trickles down to every store and you get dupes everywhere anyway. So again, before I went into this, I did good research about handbags, and because like I wanted to try and save up and buy a designer bag. And then after doing so much research, I was like, nah, you know what, I'll have the replica, I'll have the dupe. I'm not fussed whether it's a replica or a dupe. I just want a nice, great quality handbag. So I wanted to do this quick, well, it's like 20 something minutes chat video. I just wanted to like quickly chat with you and like talk about this. So yeah, I hope you guys, I don't know whether you guys get the point and stuff, but anyway, I also wanted to answer the obviously the requests. I wanted to answer that, and I also wanted to quickly, like literally quickly, because I have to wash my hair, I have so much to do, but I wanted to like just quickly sit down and chat with you. And also I wanted to share with you guys like that I'm recently obsessed with handbags. So at some point when I'm done with the collection, I have so many other bags coming in. Like I said, I'm gonna send some of these bags back, because I might, like, whenever the others come, I will like test it out and see basically what I want to keep and what I want to send back. So I have a ton of other bags coming in, like a ton. I think I have over like 25 bags ordered, and then I'll cipher through them and then send the rest back and have the ones that I want to keep. And when that happens, which will take a long time, I will do an updated video of my handbags, and in there I will show you guys, I'll talk about the quality. I've been using some of these bags already, but in the next following video from this, I'll talk about the quality and everything that might interest you. So let me know if you want, is something you would like to see like that, and I will see you guys in my next video. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I love you lots. Mwah.